Bum, 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 bum. Do, 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 do. And bam! Wait, no, there we go. Bam! There we go. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody out in internet land. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Whew. Bah! Ghostly! Bah! On time, I'm on time. I was just about to take roll, Ghostly. I was just about to take roll. You barely made it. Saved by the bell, right? Isn't that where that phrase comes from? Just out of the shower, it was when you you can also like go try off Ghostly. Jesus, you don't have to be here like right on time. We're just hanging out. It's okay. It's okay. No panics. How are you, Ghostly? How are you doing? How was your weekend and week? I hope it has gone well. It has been a good week, hopefully. I feel like I've lived a whole season of life since we last conversed. I mean, I feel that way too. It's been since last stream, things have gotten crazy. So anyway, wait, like a whole character arc. Oh goodness. Oh well, feel free if you need to. Feel free to spill the tea, Ghostly. Apparently, you've gone through an entire story arc. So there's more to the legend of Ghostly that has occurred in the past 8 days, 9 days. I think it's been. I'm trying to think when did I stream last? I think it was the day before I left, so that would have been Wednesday. So yeah, like eight days. Oh my God, Ghostly, what? You almost quit writing? Oh my God. Okay. Okay. Oh, why? Are you okay? Like, what happened? Did you just get frustrated with it? That seems like an extraordinary amount of frustration. Good lord. Yeah, is the writer's block that? I know you've been struggling with writer's block, so don't. Eeh, that's an interesting. I'm glad you didn't. Uh, you of all people are definitely one of those who probably should keep writing, but I can also understand that. And also, I mean, yeah, we had a night we had a night where she just didn't want to write anything, and for the first time, question if she wants to do this anymore. Ah, okay, okay. I mean, you might be living this more viscerally just because you don't take a day off at all from writing. But I feel like that's normal. I definitely have had a few. I've had it go months where yeah, she loved nothing, no project, no words, only loathing. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that could be writing. That could also be depression too, or just frustration with writing. It can go both ways. Um, but I've had that. I've actually had that quite a few times, to be honest with you, where I've seriously considered just just um just moving on to something else. She got her daily word count through poetry and how she didn't want to do it. That's great, Ghostly. Um, I mean that's great, Ghostly. I mean I do that too. That's actually why I journal. I use it for poetry, particularly if I have writer's block. So that's smart. I'm glad you did. What was the cure, Ghostly? Speaking of cures, one of Wilight's favorite movies. What was the cure? I'm curious. I'm curious. What got you out of the slump? It was insults, only insults. Okay, okay. Um, Interesting. And well, I mean, didn't you? I think at one point, didn't you say insults was kind of your like forever tome that you returned back to, or am I mixing that up? I thought I for some reason I thought I thought that you had mentioned that as being almost a comfort story for you, or like a piece that you would write as like as kind of like your blank, yeah, I guess your blanket or like a writer's blanket, like a comfort story. So now I'm questioning if I am only really a writer for that story, for this story. Well, that's not true. Um, no, oh, sorry, that's the baby. That's the baby that's close to my heart. Got it. I understand it without trying. I got you. Okay, okay, okay. Interesting. I mean, that's not. I don't think that's true. You don't. I know it's hard because particularly when you feel frustrated with what you're working on, that it can feel you can get very like myopic about it. But you are absolutely not a writer for just that story. That's not true. Um, that you are a writer. You also hold yourself to, in my opinion, an absolutely absurd standard. I do understand why you do it, that if you stop writing, you'll forever stop writing. But the pressure you put on yourself to write every day, is extreme. Is definitely extreme. Um, and as long as it motivates you to write and keep being creative, I think it's worth it. But if it ever makes you feel like, if it ever turns you off to it, I feel like that at that point that's a problem. Because you of all people should definitely keep writing. You are definitely one of the most talented amongst us. So I definitely want to be a voice, kind of like trying to gently nudge you in a direction that you should keep writing, because I do think that you are very, very good at it. Um, and I think you can only get better. And you hit it with a commitment. So anyway, um, I must be the best and do it constantly. Why? Like, that's all of us. I mean, that's healthy. My favorite comic book writer, Alan Moore, always says when people ask him what motivates him to be that, he just says he's like, he'll do like the pretentious answers of wanting to say things, the creative journey and all that, but then eventually he'll always be like, and also to be the best who has ever done it for my own ego. So I don't think that's a bad thing. And you are one of the best to do it. So stop. Not sure you want to. I did win an award, but awards are very fickle things, Ghostly. They never put your faith or your faith in both your abilities, or other people's interpretation of your abilities on an award. They're nice to have and they're very pleasant, but they're kind of like the stocking stuffers of the meat and potatoes of what, of like Chris, to try to like go really off the rails with a Christmas metaphor. They're definitely not going to keep you in the game. Um, I also think, as much as I love it, the focus, I think that might be more like you really took a swing, and you really pushed yourself out into uncomfortable territory, which I think is good. I think creatively and also as a human being, that's a good thing. I think that's a part of furthering your just what do they call it, self-actualization, your ability as a human being to process and explore ideas. But I do think that could also be detrimental, particularly if you're trying. Those are things you have to take time with. You can't just run. You can't just dive headlong into something like that, particularly when you get into really dicey material. You kind of have to live with that for a bit. I feel like instead of just dip my toes into something, yeah, you 100% did, Ghostly, and I think that might have shook you, shaken you up a little bit. I definitely think you should, if it's making you not love what you're doing, you should definitely step away from it. And maybe, right, and you've kind of done this a little bit. You've dipped your toes into like some spooky things. See, it always worked before when I charged the raging bull. It's true, but now you're getting into some deep stuff there, though. Now, you're really, because I think I kind of sense what you're trying to explore in that folk horror, um, and I think it's good. I definitely think you should, and you should continue to do so, but you should continue to do so at a pace that's not gonna burn you out or frustrate you or emotionally kind of get its claws into you the way that I think it might have. Um, because even I have to watch. I mean, I write a lot of heavy. I mean, that's just me though. I'm a moody bitch. Like I always have been. I've always been that. So, um, but I even I have to step away from stuff like that sometimes. Sometimes that is too heavy. Um, add it to the quote. Add what? Oh, me being a moody bitch. um, I think it was a perfect storm of the folk horror being hard. Yeah, you are going through a lot of stuff with work too. Work that's also in seasonal depression. Yeah, well, if you get seasonal depression too, yeah, maybe you know what, Ghostly, maybe save dark folk horror like study of human desire, and sort of human desire and ethics for summertime when you can go out and like embrace the sun and the heat, since if I remember correctly, you tend to be a kind of summer child, so you enjoy embracing the sunlight and and all that kind of stuff. Maybe do the deep dark stuff then and do the lighter stuff now, if you are, and also with your work schedule, where I like to pretend like work doesn't mess me up as a creative, but it does. It's going to, particularly if you're extra stressed, you're dealing with a lot of stuff, interpersonally, or just the structure of the job you have can also add to that. I'm a moody bitch while it's self-actualizing. All right, okay, we'll add it. That's a pretty good one too. Moody bitch might be the second most self-description I give myself outside of raccoon. Of course, Ghostly. Well, I definitely will do everything. Unless writing is making you a miserable human being and you never want to live, write again. I do feel like you should keep writing and take a break. Just write something else. And I'm glad you went back to insults. So, Cryptid, welcome in. Gotta add, I'm a moody bitch, Twilight self-actualizing. That is definitely a proper self-actualization for me. I minimize you and then you go away. I don't know why you do that. Oh wait, I wanted to... What did I want to do? There we go. Hey, Act 2 Mountain. Oh, no, I don't need that. Okay, here we go. Quote. Oh yeah, we've got these other, I forgot about, we've got some of the Ghostly quotes coming here too. Oh yeah, these are the new quotes. Act 2 Mountain. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I forgot that you're on the Act 2. You're on Act 2. That's right. Very, very excited for that. Good times. That's perfect for the week. Exactly, Cryptid. Exactly. 100%. The contract! Sell your soul selling contract. That's true. That is true. I can tell you, the contract was for Virgil. But now we also have the other things too. Yes, yeah, Ghostly is back on the road trip book. It's all the same contract. The contract for Ghostly's sainthood is the same contract as Ghostly wrote up for getting payback for me murdering Virgil. Yes, and the entry into the Cthulhu Club. That's right. There was the entry into the Cthulhu Club as well. I was hoping you all would have some amnesia for that. No, it is now written as is written into the as is written now into the ethos of the stream. Yeah, about that, nothing has happened. Hope you didn't need an eye exam anytime soon, because we're not that old. That's true. We're not that old. Yeah, well, it's fine. It's fine. We'll let that settle for a bit. That's, although there was that letter that Ghostly wrote that, I am certainly going to keep tabs on any hotels I'm at, Ghostly, because that letter was awfully threatening. Calling me a hungry caterpillar. which was very funny and charming. Under breath, debatable. Ghostly, debatable. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Anyway, uh, it's fine. It's fine. But I am glad. I am glad you're back on the road trip story for that. I mean, I've been. It's funny because I'm writing this. This horror story right now. This horror film. Um, Why are they gonna have to keep his travel plans on the DL now? Yeah, right. I'm not. I can't tell you. I can't tell you when I'm traveling anymore. Um, hunger caterpillar. Yes, very threatening. um, but yeah, I've been wanting to switch back over to my like the sword and sorcery novella. Um, I've noticed that like when I go on my walks, I tend to be thinking about that a lot more. So that might be like if I can get this script out, at least a first draft of the script out, I might shift over and you'll actually get to see Wildlight write some prose or attempt to write prose for a little bit as just a break, to try to rekindle my screenwriting. Give me Skull Virgil. Yeah, Skull Virgil is very cool. That was actually the thing 2 days ago when I was on my walk. Um, it's where all the pieces, the broad story of Skull Virgil, finally fell into place. So I was like, in terms of where I wanted to go story wise and how I want Skull Virgil between hero, lover, villain. I want to make Skull Virgil very, Skull Virgil's going to play many different roles and many different elements in the story as time goes on. And I figured a lot of the latter stuff out, and I was very proud of that. They're definitely exciting times. Do y'all get your Twitch recap thingy? You know what, Ghostly, I did. I kind of, not really. I got one for YouTube, and all it did was just show that I watch way too much shit about Elden Ring. That's all it told me. It was like, you watch too much politics and too much Elden Ring, and I was like, yeah, that's fair. To be honest with you, that's probably true. Yeah, and philosophy. There was a lot of philosophy channels I watched, and oddly infrastructure. I guess I was on an infrastructure kick where I was watching a lot about like city planning and infrastructure. Give me Skull Virgil. Prose time. I'm so excited. I Cryptid. I figured you would be. I promise I will teach you passive voice and POV things. Thank you, Cryptid. I'm going to need that. It's easy once you put it to use. Yeah, passive voice. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Now Ghostly needs to stream so she can read your prose and mispronounce everything. That's true. That is true. It is true. I do need that. You know what? We'll do that if Cryptid ends up streaming again. That'll be the first read on stream thing I throw Cryptid's way. We'll be like, please read and mispronounce everything that I'm doing. Get to watch Cryptid with the red pen, or actually not red pen. I can't remember. I remember you mentioning there was a reason why you don't use the red pen, Cryptid, or you use a different pen. I can't remember. But I for some reason I recall a conversation, I think when you were proofreading one of my pitch decks, that you explained your pen philosophy, which I really liked. You could get guest on Wildlight's channel if you want to. Yeah, it's true. Oh god, yeah. Would torture real time. I think that would be too popular. Hey, number 13th, welcome in. Oh, I love Pot Friend. Oh, he's my boy. Although, since Shadow of the Erd Tree dropped, the pots are a lot darker now. It's definitely much more, as much as I love my boy, trying to be a champion and all, once it became, this is just, they shove people into jars and pots, is very dark and sad. But welcome in, number 13th. I hope you're doing well. Oh my god, Wildlight a philosopher, how dare you? That's fair. Oh my god, I promise. I just need to get my setup to work a bit more. Of course, yeah. But new housemates might be able to help with that. Of course, Cryptid. Yeah, of course. And of course, you've been going through a lot too. Do not feel pressured to stream, because I know streaming can be. I mean, I'm at the point now where I kind of miss it. So I definitely miss hanging with y'all and getting to write. So it's slowly becoming, it's definitely a little bit of like a comfort thing. So try to stream more, but I do, I definitely have noticed myself missing it when I go like a week and a half, 2 weeks without doing it. So, but don't. It can also be. You can put pressure on yourself and make it a nightmare for yourself. So definitely don't do that, Cryptid. Thank you. Yes, red pen gives anxiety, so I don't use it usually. But that's right. Thank you, Cryptid. Yeah, there was a reason for that. Ghostly's Twitch recap is kind of embarrassing. All Ghostly watched was this erratic capitalist pig who just rambled about Dune and toxic relationships. Well, I mean, if you're gonna watch, if that's where you're gonna spend your Twitch time, I really don't see what's wrong with that at all, to be honest with you. And I'm saying, as an erratic capitalist pig, worm Jesus, I think this sounds like a stand-up fellow. Jesus. I would gladly take over the Imperator Wildlight channel as the token saint. You are now a saint of the channel. Wildlight is developing a streaming addiction. Yeah, I mean, let's not go overboard here. Like, I'm pretty like, but I'm, if I don't stream once a week, I miss it sometimes. I definitely miss it. My sound keeps messing up and it makes it stressful. Yeah. I might just need to get a mic. But worst case, I'll ask housemates to please figure out how I effed up my... Oh, God, yeah, that's true, too. Sometimes it does things that I do not understand. You sent it to... I don't know. It's probably not even you, Cryptid. Twitch just does weird shit. And sometimes it does shit inexplicably without reason. And Mike, depending on how you're interfacing the mics, I still barely understand the mics, so... I sent it to you. See, all right, let me see. Oh, you sent it. Hold on. Where's the Discord? Okay. Jeez. Okay. Let's see here. God, that's a lot of channel points, Ghostly. Jesus Christ. Oh, wow. And you spent more than you earned in the year. I can see why you're broke. Okay. God, that's a lot. Yeah. That's not that bad. See, just ridiculous. That's not that bad. To be honest with you, that hour count is less than I spent in Elden Ring, so I'm not going to throw any shade your way, to be honest. At least this is productive time where you're, like, getting writing done and, like, co-working with people, I spent more hours than that playing a fantasy video game, so don't beat yourself up too bad. I think I might have clicked something wrong, and I thought I had to reset it to base where it was fine in the beginning, but it's still being weird. Okay, but new housemates stream. Oh, they do stream. Okay, so it's gonna be a big... Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Well, there you go. That works too. That's true. You got through the entire Act 1. That took monies. Ah, that's true. That is true. We did read that whole... That is true. We did read quite a bit. My productivity is so debatable. You go, so you write so much. It's fine. You do not need to be down on your productivity. I'm sure of it. Was that really like 120 pages? No shit. Did we really read that much? Did I read that much? Good lord. No, Moon Runes does. Moon in terms of just pure word count, page count, yeah, I'm sure Moon Runes probably takes the cake. But like you're writing every day. You are more productive as a writer than most writers. You are fine. You are doing just fine. And you've written so much, it's fine. And hey, like I've been down on myself. I've been down on myself this year because I only wrote one screenplay. I only got Palm Boys out, and I am really not happy about that fact. It's kind of why I'm trying to write this other script, right before December 30th. So, sometimes you will dip in terms of quote your overall productivity, but that doesn't mean you're not putting the work in. And that is being productive. You are doing the creative endeavor. So don't be down on yourself. Um, oh! What did you forget to tell me? What? Yeah, that's right, Ghostly. You said you had a whole arc in the past like 8 days. So I'm glad. Okay, we got through the writer block arc. So that's good. That's good. You're back to the road story. You're feeling good about that. But what's the other thing? You forgot to tell me. Of course, of course. You young one. What does it start with? Youngling. Ghostly is kind of a youngling a little bit. Um, oh, Nell actually thought I was British. Oh, that's great. There you. Well. Okay. Well done, Ghostly. That's huge. That is huge. Um, that's that. Yeah, and Nell is a Brit. You've convinced you convinced a Brit online that you are a British person. Well done, Ghostly. I feel like this is monumental for you. I feel like you are successfully becoming a actual British person. Uh Incredible. I was in Liz's stream and she said something and Nell was like, "Yeah, cuz Ghostly is British." And I had to be like, about that." Oh, that's so great. Well done, Ghostly. Ghostly's just like, actually, I'm just like, I live in the South. Like, I'm from America. Live in the. Uh, I love it. Well done, Ghostly. I applaud your dedication to your British, your Anglophileness is is truly at this point. I mean, that is. I don't think you can do any better. I mean, outside of just moving to England and becoming British, I think you've probably done it. It's been an ongoing joke with Wildlight that I am a 57-year-old British man. That is true. That has been the ongoing joke. That what? Wait, the stream stopped? Did it? Did everybody have a stream problem? Oh, you mean the stream on Liz's thing? Oh, gotcha. Okay. Sorry, thought I was having a tech problem. Gotcha. Yes. So they all really did realize, um, you halted stream by outing yourself as not a British person. That makes me so happy. We had to pause and be like, "Whoa, Ghostly isn't British." Good, good. I don't see any greater victory for you, Ghostly. At least in terms of your online persona. As your online persona goes, I think you've nailed it. You at this point you have transcended. You are you might be more British than most British people at this point. You might be the platonic ideal of a 57-year-old British man. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? Oh, Ghostly did convince an entire military company she was Russian. Really? Because she decided to have a Russian accent the whole time she was there. That just stirred a memory up in me that I used to try to convince people I was from other places too. There was a period when I was younger, and this is like elementary school, middle school age, where I do remember pulling shenanigans like that. Now, I applaud you for pulling those kinds of shenanigans later in life, and also to a military company, because that's hilarious. Particularly doing a Russian bit. That's even better. I will say, after spending time with the Brits now on a daily basis and for hours, I can see the difference, but that's only from recent months. Oh yeah, there's a few linguistic differences. That's not hard depending on the military. Yeah, were they Marines? It's true. Crypto, you're not wrong. The Marines are not known for being the brightest. That's for sure. Ghostly has those decent energy or decent enough accents for theater. Gotcha. Yeah, to pass with your average American. That's good. I mean, the Brits do have like some of the best accent schooling in the world. The British people, British particularly British actors understand accents better than probably I'd say actors pretty much anywhere. Australia's getting they can be pretty good at doing American accents, but I feel like the Brits can just do everything. But that's true, Cryptid. That yeah, they do. There are some linguistic things. I was when I was in Dallas, I was working with a British man. So um, why like Ghostly isn't actually British? I do think that, but I think you might be British now. I don't think you were always British, but I think you might have just transmuted yourself into a British person. I think if you convince the online world that you're a Brit, I think you might actually be British now. At least in my headspace. And Ghostly forgot that she did that at that company. So when she went back a month later, she had forgotten she did that and walked in all southern, like, "How y'all doing today?" I watched one of the trainees' jaw hit the floor. Well done. That's funny. That's good, Ghostly. You're just like I forgot. It was fake. He said he was heartbroken. Oh, that's. I mean, he probably did. You might have been like one of the only Russian people he ever thought he had met. Um, was just like, oh, there's this one person and they're Russian. They have a Russian accent, and then you just destroyed the one Russian person they thought they knew. How much I see? How much did you sound like a Bond villain? Because I feel like you probably just like I'm trying to imagine what a ghostly Russian accent would probably be like, and there's part of me that wonders if it's just a Bond villain. This other guy asked me if I was masking my accent to better blend in with the Americans. That's funny. And that this was 100% Marines, right? That absolutely sounds like some guy who had watched. That sounds like someone who's watched Red Dawn too many times. Yeah, exactly, Cryptid. You should have absolutely run with that. That was Army? Well, my buddy in the Army did tell me that the kids were not super bright. So I guess I don't know. Ugh. Maybe there's not much of a difference anymore. Some thought I had a twin sister. Oh, that's good too. You can do tricking people into thinking that there's twins. That's always a good move too. I'm a big fan of that. That used to be a so I okay, so this is kind of a weird story. Uh Before we dive into our first sprint, I so I had a friend of mine and like so it's her and her girlfriend were a couple, but usually one of them always had to be out of town during their anniversaries or whatever. So her friend would always make me weird. It was kind of a joke between us, but always have me take her out for like an anniversary dinner, and she would essentially we would always go to the same place, and we were like best friends. We lived together in college, but we were like best friends, and she essentially convinced the wait staff at that place over the course of 3 years that I was essentially having an affair with with the twins. It became this whole subtle drama that played out where she would play the role of like one sister or the other sister. And then when they would call her by a different thing, she would flip out at the restaurant. It was like a whole thing. It was a whole little gag. But anyway, that's a funny thing I used to do with one of my friends for a couple of years there. Um, there was one kid who was like, "You were a theater kid, weren't you?" Yeah, that's the smart kid. That's the smart kid. That's hilarious. I love that. Oh, Pot Fred. I love the little Pot Fred dance. So great, so great. Uh, that's hilarious. I love that. Yeah, it was fun. Called out, called out. Yeah, keep an eye on that kid. Whoever that kid was that called you a theater kid, definitely, definitely keep an eye on that one. That one's smarter. It's a little sharper than the rest. Pretending you're someone else is so much fun. Yeah, I have a good time. I have a good time with it. It's definitely. I mean, that's why we play role playing games, in a lot of ways. Yeah, because like recognizes like also. No, 100% cryptid. That's why. That's why. You know, that kid might be worth keeping an eye on. Every now and then, when you get one of those kids that knows what's up, yep, sometimes you do. I mean, my friend who was in the army, we were drama kids together. He was a weirdo. You know, both of us were. You know, we listened to a lot of The Cure, and we were drama kids, and yeah, he went into the army. A very smart kid too. So there are some. You get some that know what's up, what's going on. It's not all dumb grunts, but you know, a lot of them can be. And then you kind of get the inverse in like high academic situations where they are dumb grunts, but they're at like Harvard, but they're not bright at all. They just they got money. Then other times you have to explain that the mailing address is the address of where you live. Well, yeah, that's true. Yes, yep. Oh, that's a encrypted. It's mostly dumb grunts. That's fair. That's fair. Those Ivy League scoots, mostly. That's a very depressing conversation, Ghostly. That's rough. Yep. Yep. We forget that there are folks out there that just I mean, hey, more, I wish all the happiness. You don't have to be smart to have value in the world. But I just oh boy. But with all seriousness, they are sweet kids. They are why I stay with my job. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, 100%. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's not like a moral, it's never really a moral or a judgment upon you. But it is like you might just it's okay. I mean, my dog growing up was not the smart. I loved that dog more than anything in the world, but he was a very stupid dog. He was very dumb. We had to keep him away from the pool because he liked drinking chlorine. He was a dumb dog. So, but I loved him more than anything, and I would have died for that dog. Um, because it certainly isn't the people I work with. Good lord, yeah. Are you dealing with? I know you're dealing with a lot of drama at work, at least with your coworkers. So I feel bad for you about that. Why is it that they always have to be the ones that make your life a living hell, man? Ugh. All right. Well, we've caught up. We've caught up. I think everybody good to dive into a sprint. Been being chatty folk for about 40 minutes or so. So I suppose might be time to get some words done. Some genuine sweethearts. Ghostly heart goes out to them as someone very neurodivergent like, so I can't judge. Yeah, don't. Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's 100%, 100%. All the love to those beautiful, beautiful folks. And yeah, yep. And sweethearts, they're good kids, good people. All right. So we're gonna dive into our first sprint. I will just for the vibes. I have been vibing on The Cure, so it's gonna be a Cure heavy stream today, so hopefully that doesn't bother folks too much. But Cure's been vibing with kind of the mood of the project I'm working on. So obviously, if it too much for you, obviously feel free to mute. But let us dive on in to some words. While I try to, apparently, my music's just gonna not work. Hold on one sec. Before we get into it, oh my god, just everything blanks out. Boop, 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 boo. Alright, what do we got here? Okay. Try this again. Nope, nope, not Steam. Alright. Sorry, you'd think I'd have all my stuff together, but I do not. All right. Okay, cool. All right, we are good to go. All right, everybody. Happy writing, and we will catch you on the other side. And away we go. Alrighty, and there we go. There's the end of our first sprint. Pencils down. Happy righty. Hopefully it was a good sprint, everybody. It's like a test. Anyway, let me start the down timer. Oh god. What am I doing? My mother almost killed him for now. I'm old, Greg. I'm a scaly manfish was a regular part of 5-Year Ghostly. That's nice. That's good. Yeah, that's good. For me, it wasn't the Mighty Boosh, it was Monty Python. But there was, my dad and my brother both had a lot of Monty Python discs, so I grew up very heavily influenced by Python. I mean, I could quote Jane Silent Bob by the time I was 9. Yeah. I definitely, for me, it was Clerks. Clerks was the big one. We had Clerks and Mallrats. Hey, Rune Wolf, welcome in. Hopefully you are doing well. How goes it, buddy? Rune Wolf. Yep, same. The lumberjack. I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay. I wish I'd been. It's such a great song. Yep. There's definitely a little bit of Python that didn't age well now that I think about it, but the Lumberjack song is definitely one of the best ones, for sure. My mother named her Christmas pig Brandon. So that she could say, "Oh, Punky, you have a dog named Brandon." Yep. I mean, that's part of it, right? Good. Making some clay That's awesome, Rune Wolf. Oh, you're doing like 3D sculpting like with clay? That sounds awesome. Oh man, I haven't gotten to play with clay. I used to try to do stop motion when I was growing up, and I loved playing with clay. Yeah, the Silly Walks is a great sketch. My favorite still to this day will always be the anarchist peasants in Holy Grail. I mean, there's a lot. I mean, Life of Brian is probably like one of my all-time favorite Monty Python films, and Meaning of Life is so good too. Honestly, they're all good. But the TV show, The Flying Circus, had some bangers. We also had Clerks and Mallrats. Yeah. Oh yeah, and Dogma. Yeah, Dogma's. I always forget about Dogma that was Kevin Smith, but that is a household. That is definitely a favorite. Fiona Apple is God. It's so great. I also love that Kevin Smith, as a Catholic, protested his own movie with the Catholics. It's one of my favorite things he ever did, and he refused to admit that it was him. Like they interviewed him on the news and they were like, we're pretty sure this is Kevin Smith, but he's not saying he's Kevin Smith. It's always great. Yeah. I was going to say, yeah, that sounds super relaxing. I had a friend in high school who could do the silly walk kick over his head. That's impressive. Particularly, I mean, it's impressive with John Cleese because he was so tall and his legs are so long. Oh, yes, the Motorcycle Gang Grannies is great too, yeah. The Motorcycle Gang Grannies, obviously the Dead Parrot sketch, legendary. Oh, what was there? There was also, I remember it because it was on the seventh disc in the Monty Python DVD/VHS set. And it was the one where they make fun of art films in Hollywood, where the French art film is just like a guy smoking a cigarette at a landfill, and a girl is sitting on a toilet with a cabbage, and they just talk about how pretty of a day it is while they're intercutting like stock footage of World War II or something like that. And then it blows up. It's just so random and insane. And then it goes to the Hollywood movie where they're shooting an Antarctic film in the Sahara, but they're painting the sand white to look like snow. Amazing. Yeah, and John Cleese is the director, and his director viewfinder is a flask, so he just keeps drinking. And they're like, "What are you shooting?" He's just like, "Great, everything's great." And then, and then they're like, "What scene are we shooting first?" What scene are we shooting first? Scene 1. We're shooting scene 1. It's very good. Yeah. And they like they have big the famous like putting women in ditches to look smaller than the male actors, so they have like all the different height things that they do in Hollywood where they put her on stilts but in a ditch while he's on stilts and up on land. It's crazy. Anyway, it was always one of my favorite like weird flying circus only sketches. Um anyway, yeah, sorry. Babbling on about that, but all-time favorite of mine. Um all right. Looks like that album ended. All right, we'll do Kiss Me, Kiss Me, Kiss Me next. And then after that, we'll probably do the most recent album songs do Songs of a Lost World, cuz that new Cure album, very good. Highly recommend. I'll probably put it on towards the end of stream. Ghostly is excited. Oh, it's 50 days until Ghostly's birthday, which is a long time still yet, but she eagerly awaits it. I'm not a big birthday person, but it will hopefully improve work a bit. That's a hope at least. Oh, I'd hope so. Like in terms of you think it'll get easier at work. But like, is it just that like the world around it will help? Robert Downey Jr. with go-go boots to be Iron Man is my favorite. Wait, what is this? Robert Downey Jr. with go-go boots? Oh, I see. I see what you're saying. Yes. Yeah. That's they always do. I mean, famously, one of my favorite ones is Nicole Kidman and Tom Cruise, where they would build two different size doors, like door frames, and so when they would walk through the doors, they would shoot a different door based on the height to make it look like she wasn't so tall and he wasn't so short. All kinds of weird trickery that they do. It's so insane. I do hope your work situation improves, Ghostly. I feel bad. I feel bad that you're like really struggling with your coworkers, or that it's just become this sort of like. I mean, work oftentimes is. I feel like just a demotivating factor in life in general because work tends to suck. But it super bums me out that like your coworkers really are making that hell. The encrypted, yeah, yes, it's stupid. It's very stupid. It's very, um, yeah. The subtle things that people do in media to try to reinforce, um, uh, ideas is yeah, it's when anyone tells you art isn't political or these things aren't political. There's definitely reasons why they do these things. They do reinforce very specific ideas, and it's very good to be aware of that. Contrary to popular belief, the difference between 1920 isn't 360 ideas, but actually a millennia. Oh, poor Ghostly. Oh, Ghostly. Just can't wait. Rune Wolf, I'm short. Oh, you. I mean, there's no shame in being short, Rune Wolf, at all. Actually, that's actually why a lot of lead actors in movies are short. That's it's just a thing. Oh, I see you. There you are. Hey, what's up, buddy? You stretching? Yeah, a lot of actors are short. It's definitely not. But I'm pocket size short king. You absolutely are, Rune Wolf. That's amazing. Yeah, there's a shmoo doing shmoo things. Yeah, right. God forbid a man be short. Yeah, it's so dumb. Not even my coworkers, but if people figure out she's younger, they treat her differently, and I do not. Really? Interesting. They do? They really treat you that differently based on your age? Like because that's really? Is it like an age thing where it's just like, I mean, I sometimes like old people have like a tendency to be like, "Oh, you were when I was young," like that kind of crap. Oh, people assume you're in your late 20s. Oh, interesting. Okay. Okay. That's wow. I guess that's not super weird. I guess when I was in college, people did think I was in my late 20s because a lot of people thought I was in grad school. So a lot when I was like 18, 19, they did think I was in my mid 20s. I do remember that. But that is weird that like they treat you differently though. That's strange. When I was in college, people also thought I was like, yeah, exactly. You thought I was 26, I was 20. Yeah, maybe that's just a thing, because, yeah, everyone thought I was in grad school. Probably. I mean, I work with kids that are in their late teens. Oh, really? Oh, that's cool, Rune Wolf. That's rad. You work with kids and you're like, hell yeah. Ghostly is a reverse catfish. That's oh, that's funny. That's funny. At this factory job I worked at, oh, okay, I was so confused by birthday was on my resume. Oh yeah, that no one reads that stuff. People just yeah, no one cares. Like there is literally a point at which I feel like no one really pays attention to your age. And, like it's honestly like if you go out and meet like if I'm meeting someone new like for just you're at a social gathering and you're talking to people like no one cares about age. Like they just don't care. Like usually you just all kind of for whatever reason you all just kind of assume you're probably in a similar age bracket because you're all kind of hanging out together. But even for like work, I feel like they don't even look at age on like resumes. Like I don't know. I feel like there's a point where people just stop even paying attention or looking at that in like all matters of their life. People get all surprised and then things are just different. Interesting. That might change. Yeah, I can see why maybe you're itching to get like over the 21 hump or like a little bit over cuz I don't it's huh. Interesting. I remember going into the factory like I'm turning 21. What should I get at the bar tonight? And they all went, "How? You're how old?" Oh, okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. I think it's the teen bit. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. That's true. Throws people for a loop. I honestly don't know because it's arbitrary. It's strange. It's strange that they treat you that differently. Interesting. Yeah. Hmm. I definitely dealt with more work BS. Really? Yeah, I just didn't tolerate it. Interesting. I'm trying to like really think about whether hmm like if I met someone, let's say I was like working with someone and like a grip or like a lighting tech and they were, I just assume that they're in their mid to late 20s and then they were in their younger 20s like eh. See, the problem is the cutoff is like most of our social circles wind up at the bar after, so like 21 is a nice safe cutoff because you just generally know everyone's over 21. But like on the actual day, I don't know. It feels weird. It feels weird that they like they 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 switch up that dramatically. Ghostly cannot physically lie to people, so she just hopes they don't ask, and usually they don't. Ghostly can just incapable of lying. It's just Ghostly perpetually has a paladin casting Zone of Truth at all times. Yeah, because they assume I would just let myself. Oh, because I'm a baby. Oh, that may weird. Oh, that's weird. See, that's shitty. Yeah, that's super shitty. She can only lie on the internet. The internet is only when Ghostly is capable of tricking an entire group of people that she's an old British man. It makes me feel bad on the inside. When did I lie? That's true. If you do ask Ghostly, Ghostly will not tell you that she's an old British man. When you did. People just assume. People just assume. Oh, it's too bad. It makes you feel bad on the inside. That's weird, man. Oh shit. Hold on. Oh my god. Yes, I do. What? Oh shit. Okay. Sorry. I just got a treat. I got a treat. Sorry. I had to respond to that. Someone was asking if I wanted something that I wanted very 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 I was like, oh, I have to jump on that. Whisper, whisper, hush, hush, insider shit. It's a script. It's a script that I want very badly. That's under lockdown, so I'm like, I want script. I want script because I want to be able to read it. No. It was just someone that had access to a thing, and asked if I wanted it, and I definitely did want that. Sorry. Sometimes when things are floating around or if they get bought, they'll get locked down and like get purged from everything. So sometimes if you find out someone has written something or like there's a script floating around town that after it's been bought, you want to. If I know anyone who has it, I usually try to get my hands on it so I can read it. Well, I can have a little treat. Thank you. Yes. What? Yeah. Yay. Sorry. I parade around as a flouncy. But if someone asks, yes, that's true. Yeah, Ghostly has always told the truth. If asked point blank, ageism, it's a fuck shit. I love. Is that from Kevin Smith? Is that where that comes from? That feels like a Kevin Smith line, like fuck shit. I feel like that's from a comedy, and someone gets like ribbed for saying that as a term. That sounds like a Kevin Smith bit. I thought it was more work, BS. Yeah. No. Nope. Luckily, no. Nope. Actually, good things. The work stuff will come this weekend. Hand on Princess Bride, so help me. That's exactly. Ghostly's just like, nope, this is, I swear all oaths upon the spine of the Princess Bride. I've always, really? Before it could be, I mean, it might not be. It sounds, I absolutely go with it. I love it, Cryptid. Fuck shit's great. That's just a great description. How much of my dialect is Kevin Smith? Oh no, this is gonna mess me up. Oh no, I did not want to trigger some existential, like, oh my god, my whole vocabulary. Oh god. I don't speak East Coast, New Jersey. I speak Kevin Smith. I mean, Kevin Smith is just a sub-dialect of Jersey, I feel like. Buddy. Oh, geez, I didn't even realize the countdown's up. Hi, what? What's up? Uh-oh. The boy is yelling at me. Ghostly. Yeah, man. That's yeah. It could be a frame job. Yeah, that's right. Hey, Shmoo. Hi, bud. Okay, what's going on? Are you what? Oh, he's okay. Oh god, he's like clawing the shit out of my arm. buddy. What? Oh. Hi. Hello. Yes. Okay. All right. Okay. It was Wario. There's the villain, the Snidely Whiplash Wario one. But I'm a masshole. I like masshole. That's a great term. Cryptid. Yeah, I'm telling you, he's a tyrant. He's very upset that the other cat has been getting all the attention, and he's definitely making it known he's not happy about it. But yes, Ghostly, I did see that about one of the Mario brothers. which is pretty yep. It is very funny that his name is Luigi. But now we gotta, like, now the question is, we all have to wait in anticipation to see what Mario's gonna do, because Mario might come out. Mario might come out and come out swinging. We don't know. Yeah, right. Goodness, such an angry boy indeed. All right, we're gonna run ads, and then we're gonna dive into our next sprint. So we're gonna go to run ads. I'm gonna go check in on the princess, and I guess see what the boy wants. Big boy mushroom time. Go get him, Mario. Yeah, hell yeah. Mario got Mario. I can't. I have to remember that I'm publicly broadcasting right now before I dive too deep into my thoughts on all that. All right, we're gonna run ads and then we will get to writing. Yeah, Cryptid. Yeah, you and me both. Me both. Just quote Mark Twain. Just quote Mark Twain. Mark Twain's got a Mark Twain has a great. I'll send you the memes on Discord. Yeah. Oh, 100. Oh, I have so many saved on my phone right now. But what was there's a great Mark Twain quote about this where it's I would never wish death on any man, but there are many obituaries I enjoy reading. Ah, ba 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 ba. All right, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go check on the kitties. Yeah, I know Tort is something triggered. Uh, something triggered Tort yet again. Her only goal is to point out she didn't know about this until like a day ago, 2 days. I I love that, Ghostly. I love that your ability to exist in that world is delightful. But yeah, that unfortunately that's very much unfortunately what happened there was very much clued into my little lefty anarchy nonsense. So I'm impressed. I'm impressed by your ability to not witness the utter shit show that is the world. In like a broader on a broader level. Okay, yeah, right, absolutely a summer child. Yeah, yeah, well done. Um, yeah, I mean, yeah, it's funny because there was like, I mean, there, I'm pretty sure there was all like 4 or 5 days there we were all kind of hoping that, you know, we wouldn't know who did that. Anyway, all right, I'll be back. Okay, what, but what? What's going on? Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. Oh God, sorry about that. We're still in the process of. I still have to force feed her a little bit, so she wanted food, so we had to let her eat and then kind of augment the food a little bit. Okay. Let's see here. She saw this very attractive man on the internet, and people liked him, but he was arrested. That was the whole thought process. You're like, was he arrested for being too hot? I'm not sure how much I can say in chat without alerting a bot mod. Yeah, exactly, Cryptid. Ghosty didn't know about the war in Ukraine until like a month after it started. She knows nothing. You indeed, sweet summer child. But people like him because he said no war, but the class war, and did it well, and removed a very awful person doing very awful things from existence. Yeah, that's probably a good way to put it. Luigi got that star power up. Yeah, yep, that's true. He did. He got that also, but he needed that star power up because he also literally has a debilitating spine problem too, which is probably one of the reasons why that happened. But yeah, and also the fact that they like didn't want to release his entire statement to the media, and they've been like dodging it. It's very, very clearly, uh, very clearly has people freaked out a little bit, which you know, not gonna complain. All right, where are we at? Let's dive into a sprint. Let's do some words and maybe meditate a little bit on class warfare. All right, let's go, folks. Happy writing, and we'll see you on the other side. Let me start the. Oh God! Wait. There we go. Okay. What? Sorry, excuse me. What is this? I mean, I am pro-union, but I don't know who the hell you are. I'm just gonna care, but I am pro-union. I should unionize for better benefits. All right. Happy writing, everybody. Ewing. Oh. All right, there we go. And that is the break timer. Welcome back. Welcome back, everybody. All right. Well, I hope everybody's doing well. Why it's not feeling so great right now. Why it feels kind of like a jerk. So, I feel bad. Apparently, I can't even crack a union joke without getting banned. So, anywho, Perhaps Ghostly should not prance about it like it's a flower field. Then I know, I know, I know, I know. I just feel bad. I've been that person. I've definitely been that person who's like scared to write and chat, and then you just make a joke and then get like auto banned. So I don't know. I feel it. I feel it. It's hard. It's gonna be hard for me not to like, not to suddenly feel like I've deeply hurt this person's feelings. So this is just the way I am. It happens. And then watch, the next one that pops in is going to be a bot that's gonna try to like get me to buy their artwork or something. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen, and I'll let it go too long. uh, Perhaps Ghostly should not prance about it like it's a flower field. Then it's not. I think there are communities on Twitch that are cool and chill, and that and that can be sweet, you know. Like obviously in the writers world, I think there's obviously some a little bit more hostile, a little bit more aggro than others, but most of the writers, there aren't many. There's definitely not too many on Twitch that I wouldn't recommend, at least from my experience in their streams. But and even like some other folks, like some just chatting folks. But yeah, you never know, man. It could be a gamer stream, that could be like a, who knows. There are just weirdos. There are weirdos and weird streamers out there. Oh, thank you, Ghostly. Thank you. You're fine. Just a little trigger happy. I was definitely way too trigger happy in that case. So, see my previous comment about how bad people get you. I know. We hold ourselves to a high standard here at Wildlight Industries, while we exploit the working class and destroy. We hold ourselves to a high standard. Damn it, damn it. Do not want to go against my lefty commie values. And, like, make this a welcoming place for people. Anyway, in a future, make it a rule that we give people a 5-minute timer. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, that is a good thing, Cryptid. My hands do not want to type with the heads flare today. Ugh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I know you've been having a real tough go recently. Thank you. Naturally. Yeah. I will forget the timer. I also am like trying to watch UA like a hawk right now. But she wandered off, so I don't know where she went. I need you to know what sometimes Ghostly is just going about her day, and your voice echoes in the back of mine, and I'm a dirty lefty. Oh, that's very funny. That's very funny. I'm glad of all the things that just randomly will echo in the back, like whispers on the wind. Is that one. It's that one. The reason I say that is kind of me owning it, because that's what my dad would always call me. Oh, my dad would always say Pinko Kami, because that was like the insult of his day, was damn Pinko Kamis, or dirty lefties. So anyway, yeah, I got to remember to do things like, yeah, electrolytes are a big thing, particularly if that's going to trigger those responses, which I think that yeah. Pinko Kami is more accurate. Yeah. It goes with my raccoon life. Like a dirty lefty raccoon. I'm a garbage creature. That kind of thing. It's like it's where I balance. I gotta balance it out. On my way to lunch, I was at a stoplight, and I'm a dirty lefty. In America, you get a lot of shit for being a lefty, man. Like they don't like us that much out here. I mean, in certain parts of the internet, maybe, and like in certain communities, but sure as hell, like everywhere else, I definitely, when I go back home to Wyoming, I get like glares, man, because they know it. And they do not like it. Self-deprecating humor is a great way to keep the ego in check. It's true. It's true. It's true. Hi, hey, princess. Yue. Hey, there we go. There's a shout. Shout to the people. Meow. There we go. There's a princess. Hi. Yeah. Oh, pa. Hey. You doing okay? You want food? Do I have to go feed you? I might have to go feed. I might have to go feed her on the ad break really quick. We'll see. She's clearly wanting. I know. Hello. I know, sweetie. It does, yes. I just get so caught up in taking care of stuff that I forget to do simple. Yeah, me too. I get that too. And then I'm bracing my joints together and barely functioning. Yeah, I do that too. There's so many things. There's like self-care things that I sometimes just throw out the window, and I'm like, I know I'm gonna feel miserable because I do this. Why do we do this? Great horror movie from this year is The Substance. And while The Substance is like a really good movie about like body types and sort of cultural societal pressure, particularly towards women, about having to be pretty and like the pressure that both internally that you put on yourself as well as society, it also is a really, really, really good analogy, like horror analogy for like for essentially using your youth to take away time from your older self. I don't know, you talking about that, it just made me think of that. But if you're not worried about body horror, if you can do body horror, I highly recommend The Substance. It's definitely one of the best movies of the year. So, um, let's see here. That's why I love art communities, because I know for certain we have very different views, but we still all we still all lift up and encourage each other. Writing is such a lovely bridge. Agreed, Ghostly. Absolutely. Uh, absolutely agree. Yep. 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 I mean, that's the point. The point is if you're trying to explore the human condition and, just being a human being, I mean, I feel like it's impossible not to try to. I feel like people that try to explore the human condition tend to have a better idea of suffering and empathizing with people's pain, and so I feel like that tends to lend itself to a more willing ability to communicate and try to meet people where they're at, and not quite necessarily like be super super restrictive in the way that you see them. You're my favorite dirty lefty, Twilight. Thanks, Ghostly. Thanks. Good. I'm glad I'm the favorite of all the dirty lefties out there. I'm the favorite. Yeah, that's good. It's a good Ghostly quote. Yep. Definitely a good Ghostly quote. Put that. Said to Worm Jesus, God Emperor. And I do know others, at least 3. Hey, that's impressive. There you go. You know 3. I mean, there's not, they haven't sent us to camps, the camps yet. They're not just summarily executing us quite yet, but so it's good that you know 3. I'll take that as a win. A win for the leftist movement in the United States is Ghostly knows 3 others, or knows at least 3. Probably include me. Yep. Yet. All in good... Exactly. All in good time, Cryptid. There will be more. I snapped my ankle... Oh, no. I snapped my ankle on Tuesday, but it wasn't until Wednesday it stopped... Oh, no. I had to go... Oh, wait. I think that's swollen. Is that in place right? These ankles don't... Oh, no. I'm sorry, Cryptid. Ooh. I'm sorry, Cryptid. That's rough. Ugh. I'm sorry. Brutal. I don't know. It's just, God. Why does existing hurt? Why do we have to make this harder? Life is so goddamn hard already. Like, why make it even harder? Ghostly sits in a rowboat drifting in the pond of politics, just watching the shapes in the clouds. Yeah, I mean, I kind of envy you there, Ghostly. I kind of wish I was in that boat right now, because it's just living with any sort of I guess, bootlicking politics in this day and age is pretty rough. It definitely takes its toll on your mental health. That's for damn sure. Just a casual body horror things. It's okay. It snapped back. Oh God, Cryptid, no. Oh, oh Cryptid. Oh. I really do hope you feel better and fine. Just slow down. Please don't hurt yourself anymore. It's too much. Too much. Hi. Hello, princess. I am curled up by the fire with my feet and many blankets in this laptop, and nothing hurts. Oh, there you go. Hey, that's great, Cryptid. Okay, so you've found your comfortable space. You found a good space to be comfortable. That's good. That's good. Hey, Leo be drawn. Hey, Leo be drawn. What do you be drawn, Leo? That's whatever you're drawn. I hope it's cool. Greetings. Welcome in. Welcome in. I am working on a screenplay. I am currently working on a horror film right now. But welcome in. Feel free to chat, hang out, or we only got 30 seconds before we start our next break or our next writing sprint. So, and this will probably be the last sprint. So, yeah, work out my outline for oh, Rad, you're doing a Western? That sounds like a good time. Hell yes. I just wrote a horror Western last year. So, Western, big fan of Westerns. Ghostly has been called a passive nihilist. hey, I said that Nietzsche would call you that, okay? Because she don't care. I got that Bob Marley flood. Don't worry, be happy. We love Westerns, yeah. Hype, I'm at the midpoint. Hell yeah, well done, Leo. Hell yeah, you're at the midpoint. Well done. Hey, then that's what counts. And the Yowling is the princess, but she just took off. She just ran off. Because I got that Bobby. I will say, Ghostly, it was that neat. I just said Nietzsche would have said that. Yes. That's awesome. Yeah, I was gonna be like midpoint is a big thing. All right. Okay, we're gonna run ads real quick. I'm going to go check on the food situation for Princess, and then we're going to dive in. This will be the last sprint of the evening for us. So hopefully we can get some good stuff done. All right. We'll see you back here in 3 minutes, and we will get started on the words. I'll be right back. Oh, God. I know. All right. Wait, what's happening? Ba, ba, ba. I haven't written a single word. I'm trying to get this piece done before my dictator leaves. What? Dictator. Hey now. Hey now. I am no dictator. How dare thee? How dare they? I also write horror, oh, nice. I'm just taking these because yes, ghostly dictator, as in the worm Jesus or someone else. The worm Jesus. What are you? Oh, ghostly. Are you doing like those propaganda that you're anti Wildlife propaganda? All right. Are we back? Are we back from ads? Okay. Perfect. All right. Last sprint. I'm gonna go ahead and queue up my music and let us go. All right. Gonna do. Oh, you got a different idea. Okay. Well, I can't wait to see it. All right. All right. So let us go. Since you all bullied me. You got me, Ghostly. You distracted me. All right. Happy writing, everybody. Alrighty, everybody. That is the end of that sprint. I think my favorite thing is Chaos being ghostly comes in at the very end on the last sprint is just like, all right, we're gonna light this whole thing on fire. uh, anyway, I hope everybody was able to get some work done, some words done out there. I hope Leo, Cryptid, whatever little work was to be done, we were able to. Ghostly gives the bow. Oh, you sent your propaganda? Oh boy, France, Mr. Worldwide sounds properly important. That is not. Got some work done. Yeah, nice. Hell yeah, Leo. Well done. Well done. All right, what did you send, Ghostly? What am I? What am I? Good lord. What? What is? you just you stuck with patron. You stuck with patron. Patron is not cool enough, Ghostly. Patron is not cool enough. Although I do love this quite a bit. Is this like, are those words for Virgil? Are you trying to say Virgil? What is that at the bottom? What is this mystery Coptic language? All right, do you want me to show it, Ghostly? I can show it. Ghostly dot dot dot. I do like the unknown part though. This is okay, that's what I thought. It's Virgil in Latin. Of course it is. Of course it is. All right, this is a piece of propaganda for the stream given by our own Ghostly. Patroness of brackets unknown. I guess now it makes sense why you were asking what you were what what you uh okay, gotcha. For the record, any propaganda you give you can share. Okay, good. All right, I'll keep that in mind, Ghostly. Just wanted to make sure before I start throwing it up on stream. All right. This is delightful though. I do love this. I like the image a lot with these like little skull monks. And it's on a film reel. Yep. You got it on a nice little 35 reel. The patron of Virgil's. This is how Ghostly enters the hall of 100 Virgils. The multiverse of Virgils. Yeah, I was gonna say it's very well done. The saintly image, it's really cool. It looks archaic, like an old like you would actually see like an old etching, like faded from time on this. So well done, Ghostly. Alrighty, everybody. That is gonna be the end of stream. Thank you, was thrown together. You do a really good job throwing these together, Ghostly. A lot of your kind of little like side thrown together art things are really good. But that is the end of stream in the Virgil verse. Exactly. Am I streaming Saturday? Probably not. There will probably not be a stream this Saturday. I will let you all know if there is a stream tomorrow, but very, very unlikely. Usually I try to stream 3 times a week. It has been a messy, it has been messy, Leo. So this week is just today, and then next week, barring any other medical crises with my cats, I'm not traveling for work, so I should be in town. So we should have a normal, I always say this, but a normal Tuesday, Thursday, Friday streams next week. And maybe a Saturday stream. There might be a Saturday stream next week as well. So there might be 4 streams next week. I'm going to be trying to get the script done. So there's going to be a lot of just trying to get the words done. So that's the plan. As long as Princess is still recovering and there's no like hiccups on that front, that'll be the plans. So Ghostly is a free spirit. Yay! That is huge. Good. I'm glad you're free. I hope it's a good break from work. Thanks, Captain. I'll be doing house projects. If my bones allow it, I might hop on Sunday night. Hell yes on Sunday. That would be absolutely delightful. I would love to hop in on that. I have to see what I run D&D for those kids. I do that like the D&D for like the little neurodivergent kids Sunday mornings. So, but I should be free in the evening. Um, but yes, I will. I will hopefully see you all plenty of times next week. Lots of words to get done, but in the meantime, we're gonna go and we're gonna raid over. It looks like Oracle is on and doing work. So if you want to keep on writing, we're gonna go say hi to Oracle. Do. But thank you so much, Leo. Yep. Aside from my faults and failures, I love you all. Be kind to yourself. Nice to meet you, Goobers. I certainly am a Goober. But yes, pleasure to meet you, Leo. All right, everybody. Love you all. Be kind to yourselves. Be kind to others, and we will catch you all next time. So take care, everybody. Be excellent to each other. Exactly. Bill and Ted that. Be excellent. All right. Love y'all. Take care of yourselves. We'll see you next time.